Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, but we're going to talk about micropayments and tokenization as well. So there will be two pumps in crypto. Take a listen to David Mercer, LMAX Digital.
It will work. Okay. I mean, look, it's going to be there's two pumps going to happen in crypto. The first one is short term. That's the ETF. You're going to see a minor pump of the crypto market. But the biggest thing is Bitcoin and Ethereum are proof of concept for the coming tokenization of all assets. When that happens, I don't know how many zeros you want to add to your crypto portfolio, but it's just the reality that you will have been first, because when you buy a tokenized Apple share, when you buy a tokenized US Treasury, the forerunner for that will have been Bitcoin and then Ethereum.
And it likely is going to run on some sort of permissionless rail, a layer one, for example.
These tokenized assets that he's talking about are going to end up on the XRP Ledger, Stellar, XDC. Take a listen to David Schwartz right here. Everything will be tokenized. The XRP Ledger is positioned to achieve the inevitable tokenized real-world assets.
Things like automated market makers are an indicator of this sort of rapid evolution and just the beginning. I think we're going to see things like ubiquitous tokenization, tokenized securities, tokenized digital rights. It makes sense to represent ownership or right over something as a token. And if you're going to have tokens, you're going to need to be able to move between those tokens. If you're just stuck with one token, if you have a token and you're stuck with it, that's not.
So you have to move those tokens. So think about it. Whenever anything of value moves, what's going to move it? It's going to be XRP. It's going to be XLM, XDC, these other cryptocurrencies as well. So the World Economic Forum estimates the tokenization market will be worth $867 trillion by 2030. They're talking about tokenizing everything. The roads we drive on, the trees, the mountains, the waterways, everything will be tokenized. And people always ask me in the comments section, well, how would anybody make any money off of that? Well, first you got to set up a micro economy. Circle, micropayments are too expensive to be economically viable right now. The only reason we can't do this now is we don't have programmable money. This is the promise of stablecoins and blockchains. USDC. Take a listen to this.
In the web dominated by ads, because micropayments are too expensive to be economically viable right now, right? It costs 15 cents to swipe a credit card. What are you going to do? Like charge everyone $1 to visit a website and give 15% of that away? Like, it's not a model that works. But if a transaction fee is $0.00025, at that point, you can tip a website 10 cents every time you load it, right? You could have a whole pay automatically system built into browsers. And that's kind of the most boring version of this too. There's also the ability to pay workers out instantly at the end of their shift. They clock out, their manager says, yep, they were here today. The payroll company automatically runs it. And by the time they've gotten to their car, the money's in their account. The only reason we can't.
That's how game-changing micropayments actually are. But I'm going to show you what I think is going to happen with tokenization and micropayments. Let's talk about Iota, because this is the first place I've seen this possibility. So cars paying for parking, toll stations, optimized laning, car charging, car sharing economy. So think about it like this, okay? If they tokenize a road and people invest in that road, so now the car that drives over that road could make a micropayment for driving each mile on that road. And it doesn't have to be expensive. It could be a half a penny. It could be a full penny. If it's in the city, it would most likely be cheaper because you would have a lot of cars driving on that road. In rural areas, it might be more expensive to drive on those roads because there's less traffic. But then there would be tokenization of red lights. And a car would have to pay a fee every time it stopped at a red light. But this is the future that I think they were planning all along through tokenization. They're already talking about people paying more just to drive an EV already out in California and some other states as well. So I don't think we're too far off on this. Now, when it comes to trees, you would probably fall in line with carbon credits or carbon offsets. So once you tokenize into, say, a forest, you would have companies buying carbon offsets out of that forest. And maybe in the water, it could be hydroelectricity generating energy. And that's how you would earn off investing in those tokenized assets. But we're not quite there yet. So again, from Iota, the first idea is usually the best. Machine to machine is the future. I am still enthusiastic about your vision of a fully autonomous machine economy. And that machine economy is coming as well. So you see, control via dashboard, buy services, buy energy, sell energy, government collects energy tax. But this would be the machine-to-machine economy. And again, on the mountains, if they tokenize the mountain and it has windmills on top of it, the windmills are generating energy, which then would pay you a commission or whatever on your investment. But I think this is the future. And I think it's all happening because of micropayments. And I think it's going to expand over time. Need help launching your project? We provide consulting services and pilot support for all projects with our dynamic no-code tools and internal compliance checks. You can launch your microeconomy on XinFin Official in less than an hour. Let's build something amazing together. This comes from Circularity Finance. So you see, real estate, fine art loans, verification of ownership, transfer to web app platform, blockchain, tokenized asset offering. That's how simple this is to create. And they're going to do this with everything around you. But that's how I think you will be able to earn money off of certain things. And I'm sure once it comes down to, smart cities, things like that, I think there's going to be even more money to be made. Internet of Things. And Internet of Things, industry Internet of Things. Here are some examples of real-life applications in both the consumer and industrial markets. Just some examples. So you see, heavy machinery, transportation, smart cities, automation, factories, healthcare, wearables, phones, TVs, appliances, home monitoring, home automation, network connectivity. Now, think about the appliances you buy today. You connect them to the internet. Refrigerators are online. Washers and dryers are online. I think the reason that they're having you put these things online now is so later they will be able to monitor how much carbon usage you are using. And this way they would charge you for that usage. But even inside of factories, they're going to tokenize the machines inside of a factory. They're most likely going to be tokenizing AI robots as well in the future. And then you would earn as your robot goes to work for you. But we're not quite there on a lot of these things yet. I think this is emerging over the coming years. Interledger protocol, micropayments. Take a listen to David Schwartz once again.
The same is true of ILP. We can innovate both below it and above it. But the main point that I want to make is that ILP is a micropayment technology. Over 1 billion ILP payments in 2018. And there's a reason that's important. You can do everything with a micropayment. Micropayments are kind of like packets. If you think about the way the internet works, it sends a packet to its destination with the best effort. ILP does the same thing. The smarts are at the endpoints, and the same thing is true with ILP. So if I want to send somebody $100, I can just sort of start streaming money at them, and when it gets to $100, I can stop. And that is better for a number of reasons. If you're going to make a payment in one shot, you need to get a quote. But do you get a free quote or do you pay for the quote? If you get a free quote, it's going to be a terrible quote because you've got a free option. If you're going to pay for the quote, how many quotes do you pay for? Do you just pay for one and then take it? Do you pay for 5 quotes and only take one of them? When you stream micropayments, when you make payments by micropayments, you can stream that payment through multiple forwarders, and those individual forwarders can stream that payment through multiple forwarders, and you can take advantage of that best path. And if the path is really good, you can stream money faster. And if the path is really bad, you can stream money more slowly. And the net effect is that you can manage a payment as a series of micropayments. And I know that sounds kind of crazy to you guys today, but if we lived in the circuit switch days of telecom, packet switch, like sending a telephone call over packet switching would sound just as crazy, but it's just as innovative.
That's how easy it's going to be. And David talks like it's going to be life-changing. And I think he's right. People will be getting paid in real time. There's no longer going to be the days of waiting for a check to clear the bank. There's no longer going to be days on waiting for a transaction to take place and finalize. Everything is going to be in real time going forward. And tokenization is really going to strive because of micropayments. They're coming together, and it's going to make the movement of value so much quicker as well. AI-enabled payments enhance customer options, maybe with the help of blockchain. 44% of consumers interested in AI-enhanced shopping experiences. As tech advances and reaches the payment industry, the introduction of AI into payments is the next step in the evolution. We're already starting to see AI and the financial system come together right now. But I think AI, once it really starts to pick up momentum, it'll be tied to the Internet of Things. It'll be tied to tokenized assets. It's going to be tied to so many aspects of your life and value as well. And I think what we're going to witness over the coming years is XRP and the rest of these cryptocurrencies, they're going to all be sitting at a very high price because they're going to be moving all of this value on a daily basis. But I wanted to do a video on this because a lot of people said to me, how could you make money off of investing in tokens that are tied to a roadway? But you could see how we're evolving in that direction already. Cars are going to be paying for everything. If you have to charge your EV, somebody's going to be tokenizing that EV power station. People are going to be putting, EV chargers at their house, in their garage, and they're going to be able to rent that out. There's going to be so many options in the future is what I'm saying. And I just wanted to give you a couple ideas. These are my opinions. I want to know what your opinions are on this. Definitely put it in the comments section down below. And once again, until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.